We got there, yeah. Oh my God. 3 left, 2 acceptable, 1 not so much. Starting off, we have who we've started off with many times is Jules. We're also in Punta Cana, is where we've gone.
Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Too bad they didn't take a stop to see Beverly.
I love Zoetry.
You think he's gonna give her the Zoetry tonight?
Before we started our dates this week, everybody got to talk to a former Bachelor contestant. So Jules got
Daisy. We liked Daisy.
Ah! We did like Daisy.
Daisy had the respect to know her place and leave.
So everybody just has that conversation with one of the former Bachelor contestants. Like, you know, it's so tough because you get to this point and you really got to see those feelings get to where they need to be. For Jules, it was very tough because of all the cheating. And that's what this week is going to bring up, is thinking about him sleeping with other people.
Oh, no!
It's tough.
Yeah.
And that was the thing where I think Daisy was like, you just don't want to think about it. It's always about focusing on your connection with Grant. Don't think about anybody else. What?
Juliana's gonna back out.
Don't. Jules got a 4-wheeler date.
4-wheeler date, mudding through the jungle, and she's a little obsessed with her hair.
Concerned about her appearance, especially when you're putting on goggles that humidify and saunize the inside of your eyes. Oh God, let's not put on more safety gear.
Oh my God, the face.
Icky, sticky.
Very icky.
We were just happy that Juliana was there and doing well. We're not focused because Juliana's killing it always. So we're like, good, we're happy, we're enjoying ourselves.
I think that's why I wasn't too focused. I was just like, yeah, she's good.
Their conversation after their entire very fun mud going through like marshes and
the jungle, just the general wilderness of the Dominican. Flip it.
Yeah, they were splashing through. Once they got to their actual date, a lot of the conversation was Juliana's concerns about being broken. They had a relatable conversation about how their experiences have shaped them, made them feel like not complete people, just shattered in ways.
Like everybody's got a past and they're broken and healing together, so.
It's tough.
They had a cute little tearing up moment. Aww.
Oh. But it was connective. They felt really close to each other. And it was not good to relive through those broken, but they were very close. Yeah. There was also this confidence that we felt like, all right, we're good. Jules is good. He gives her a photograph of them at the hometown.
Oh, that was cute. The
Super
Polaroid.
Cute.
It was like real life being pulled into the reality TV show. It's just like, oh, here's a legit picture that they took away from all the cameras and everything.
They had a stand-in for Juliana, who was a completely different lady.
Yeah,
and then
it was not her.
Stop shaking it. I want to see it.
It doesn't look like her.
It doesn't. I would agree.
That's probably why they're shaking.
It's just fuzzy and Polaroid, and it's windy. It was cute. That was where I determined that there was no way he was sending her home, because I'm like, you're not going to give her that photograph if you don't think she's at least making next week. There is no way in hell he's sending her home after he gave her that. I think we're good.
She's solid for a finalist.
I'll take that. It was a boost in confidence, so he did give her the skeleton key to the fantasy suite.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
I was thinking about giving this to Latia. What do you think? I only get one.
Are we in the fucking 1800s? Like, do they really think that that's the key? Just give him the real fucking key card. Make it worth it.
That looks lame. You're just giving him like a credit card with a magnetic strip.
But then you notice that I was like, take this key.
And it is always physically a key, even when it's a bungalow in the middle of the desert. They still give him a key. And then after the fantasy suites, we do see the morning after, and that's always usually interesting.
Fun fact, they were in Punta Cana, so we were like, oh, it's very thematic that they have a bunch of fruit platters. That was ABC making a big budget cut. They were not paying for fake food for them to not eat.
So how do you feel?
Ugh.
What is that, sauerkraut on avocados?
I feel good.
Do a dollop of Daisy.
She comes in with a spoon. Yo, want some Daisy?
With Jules, it was extremely sad. You can tell these two people do not want to be apart.
Yeah. Damn it, y'all are gonna stop crying. Stop fucking crying. She had the most, strain on her saying goodbye because she had to wait for 2 girls after her. and just generally have to be strong with it.
Jules is having the hardest time not seeing him outside of it.
Yeah.
You can tell that Latia definitely has like the most trust in him. That Zoe doesn't know Grant that well, so she's just nervous in general, but overly confident. That'll make everything fine.
And what goes up must come down.
I guess we're done with Juliana
Well,
and moving in the exact same order as last week to a winner, a true patriot of The Bachelor. Oh!
It's okay.
Since we're talking to previous Bachelor contestants, Zoe got Rachel.
From Joey's season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to say spoilers, but that was probably the most appropriate person that they gave to Zoe.
Fitting, because they both had the same amount of time with Grant and made it to hometowns.
Guess who spoiled it? And I wasn't trying to spoil it, but
Who is she from?
Rachel is a hometown shrugger from Joey's season. She's a shrugger. She got way too far. Rachel's relationship with Joey was a lot better than the one we're staring at, so we're not too angry about it. But at the point that she got there, Rachel probably shouldn't have got a rose above Jen. That was usually what we were thinking, because Jen is awesome and did not get completely fucked over in her season. Rachel was perfectly okay. So it's an interesting feeling, especially with Zoe having to talk to her about, wow, I didn't get any one-on-one time with him. This is actually extremely appropriate, these two people. So Rachel's main response was just like,
Embrace the time that you do get with him, which she couldn't do anyway, so.
and then didn't.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the talk with Rachel.
I'm here without having ever had like a one-on-one. So like
said more to Rachel in 5
Yep.
minutes than she
Yep,
has
she
to
has
Grant.
said more to Rachel than Grant.
Like, she has life to her conversation.
by the time
Welcome to No One-on-One Time. It's Zoe time.
This was my favorite part.
What about it?
It just sucked.
potentially I could start falling in love, but
Fuck off.
I'm not
You could start.
one-on-one.
Oh, you loved it.
It was so easy to be like, okay, we know she's gonna fail already, so just keep it going, because what did we do for their fucking date?
We did silent yoga. And man, were we pumped.
They could
we-
not say anything. This
we're-
was silent meditative yoga where they just couldn't connect at all, and they were doing the most awkward poses where they had to like put their asses together. It was a failure. Both of them were just over it.
It was a win for us that we got to see something where they couldn't actually talk to each other for the duration of a date. They can't get closer because they're stuck doing something that a couple that would be a lot farther along could actually get something out of.
And like he tried to talk to her, like whisper to her, and he got yelled at.
Don't talk.
Shut up! There is always one of those spiritual places in a season where it's a no talking or a no kissing.
But they usually do that with people that are like already pretty developed with a relationship, because that just connects them even deeper. They were not connected at all, first of all.
It was like one of those PE classes in middle school where you gotta pair up with somebody that you don't really know that well, but you're doing yoga and you can't talk. And we're just cheering. We're like, wow, she is so doomed.
He was totally looking down her shirt.
And while it was physical, and that's exactly what she wanted, it was still extremely uncomfortable because she's got hair extensions in and she's going
yeah, they
face
gotta go.
down. So she's like, oh,
And
no.
everybody's dripping sweat, and it's all disgusting.
Dominican Republic's very hot. He's dripping sweat in all the dates, to be fair.
Oh god, his abs are sweating.
But they were extremely cool with it.
Second thing I was thinking was, I know that I'm gonna have fun with Zoe.
Really?
They didn't have anything to say, so nothing wrong could be said or done.
Grant thought he was feeling more connected
I
to
don't
her.
know how.
That is something I look for in a partner. Like I want to make sure that we can do that throughout life. Just be open. And
I'm, like, my jaw has just been open this whole time.
There was the staring,
They did get all up.
the
in-
yoga touching.
Yeah.
and
they kind of sat on
positions.
each other's lap and stuff. After the date, we're transitioning. She's doing her talking head, and she's like, I need this. Like, she was pissed off because she didn't get to talk, and she's like, I feel like I don't know him.
She's freaking out. She's
she
breathing
is.
extremely fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, I saw how.
What did they do for their date?
They didn't have a date.
Why are you continuing on then? You are going into, like, the final stages.
And I'm going to have to ask for answers that I need to hear. If he does
A lot.
You should have done this a lot sooner, and I get that she didn't get any one-on-one time, but she's had plenty of opportunities. She's been on, like, all the group dates. Dinner went okay. I don't remember much of the conversations that, if at all, happened there. They were both in agreement that things were moving forward and getting better, and they were getting more connected.
They learned each other's favorite color.
Oh, there's something finally. Fantasy Suite.
I don't know why.
Go jump in the lake.
When are you gonna feel for Grant?
Or the fucking ocean, whatever that is.
Would you just jump in the Lake of Mexico already? They say it every week that they've advanced their relationship.
And it seems like they get further away.
It's the stark difference between Zoe and every other relationship that's here that we're still not feeling it. We're waiting for that to come where they have some kind of realization that they're close, other than they both grew up in broken homes starting out early.
I mean, they do have stuff in common.
It's that.
They don't have the chemistry to connect them on any other level other than... they're not even friendly.
Similarities in our childhood.
Oh, you don't look so hot, Grant.
We understand each other.
Do you?
No, you don't. These are two people that are doing trust falls into each other when in reality they need to be having realistic conversations about the future, but they're still trying to get to know each other. There are people who have read OkCupid profiles that know more about another person
I
than
know!
these two people know about each other. Pointless. We should have had Dina. Dina would have at least asked the right questions.
So far, it's great, and there's walls that are being broken down that I think is...
No? Are they? What? Are they made of cardboard? What's going on?
It pisses me off because it's like, why send home other people that actually had chances?
I would feel bad, but Zoe should not have been here in the first place anyway, so that's also kind of on Grant for keeping her for way too long.
Yeah, it is.
So, Zoe, I would agree that sucks, but Zoe...
See, that's where I kind of felt, I'm like, ooh. Like, yeah, I'd be pissed too, but...
And you saw Dina. Dina was in that boat where it was a little bit farther than Zoe, but not as far as the other two. And she was like, well, I mean, I probably wasn't going to win. And our connection was a little bit behind since we were still waiting for him to really get into falling in love with Dina. And that's probably what Zoe needed to get to, too, was to realize that it is not anywhere. What are we doing? This is not a real relationship. Let's cut it. Which, as we said last time, would be optimal for our finals, because that final would rule. Yeah. We even remember what happened in that dinner portion.
I really don't.
You know, hopefully tonight we can get that.
This fucking blows dick.
We don't...
I think they talked about hometowns. They were just like, yeah, it was nice meeting your friends. I don't know.
She looks like a mannequin!
I know,
She doesn't care! And also, I kind of know who you are. Hey, do you want to go to a fantasy suite?
I'm down.
No.
I'm down.
Oh, are you? Would you like to advance your relationship?
You're down at the bottom of the list.
Oh!
No molestar going on there.
No molestar.
No molester.
Hey, molestramos.
Let's disturb people.
Zoe's morning after they sat on the beach.
With a morning breakfast picnic.
Yo, what's days?
I don't remember a conversation happening there either.
See, even Manny wants to sleep.
It's tough because not only is it not memorable, but we're also not trying to remember because we just don't care about this person. Yeah. This relationship is not worth our brain power.
This morning, what do you think about?
I feel good.
I feel good?
I think we talked through a lot of her stuff whenever she was on screen, because at that point we were just like...
And also they weren't talking because they were too busy doing sacred silent yoga. Zoe's was about a flat line, about the same as last week, except we're not as mad because we're just kind of dealing with it. You just
a time waster.
Yeah, did we even like have closure on that? Was it just
Nope.
They just cut it? All right.
No, it's too boring.
Waste our fucking time.
You let it flow over you until you get to Latia, and you're like, thank God.
Oh, did that
And that's it.
asteroid get any closer to Earth yet?
Same order as last week. Now we get to Latia.
So, Latia meets with Katie from Zach's season, who we didn't watch yet.
I have 8 seconds to finish this off. She said the exact same thing that the other 2 women said to the other 2 women. All right, now on to their date.
So I guess Katie had told Zach at some point during the season that she didn't want to know his advancements with the other women that he was with.
It makes sense. I would agree with that.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to know either.
It's just in Latia's case, it's a little bit more because Latia's the one who told her mom, I do not want him sleeping with anybody else.
No, she said she wasn't gonna sleep with him at all, period.
And also,
she didn't want him sleeping with anybody else.
it's a little bit of the same, but also Latia's is more severe because of her faith. But fine, I would give that person to her, and then Daisy was the good one to go to Jules, because it's like, you know, yeah, we're chill, and then you give Zoe the shrugger, and there you go, perfect.
For their fun date, they get to do something that I personally enjoy, but Latia did not, which is ziplining.
And that made Latia a lot cooler with me, because I also would be like, I don't want to zip line, oh god. Latia's a fucking couch potato like me, hell yeah.
So Grant's all excited about it, and she's just like, no. She was on the borderline, like, not gonna even do it. And she was getting all, like, nauseous and stuff. I think she did, like, 2 lines. And they get a couple of them in, and she gets to a platform, and she's like, I got, like, 1 more in me, dude.
Oh, God.
I got 1 left in me.
She just needed time to rest, and it's like...
She did get sick.
She gets sick because she does not like the heights, and she's not an action person, which is why I was super like, yeah, Latia, hell yeah, she's a homebody. Now I'm really into Latia.
Yeah, so they, like, literally leave after that. And they go to this really cool pool.
They have a multi-part first part of the date.
It was an area.
It is one of those, like, waterfall type basins that, you know, it's a pool.
Did you notice that their glasses were empty the whole time they were at the pool? They just didn't have anything in their glasses because she was sick. And he did a cute thing, and he was just like, well, if she's not going to have anything, I'm not. So that's why both of them were empty.
Okay.
So it was a cute little...
There we go. We get to dinner.
He kind of opens it up by asking her, like, what her timeline is for settling down and having kids and everything, because I think she mentioned it earlier, how her age and everything, and she wants to kind of get moving on the biological clock. Tension there is, Grant is kind of says, I wish I had a little bit more time with the person before we have kids and stuff.
I always envisioned my partner and I enjoying life for a little while before taking that step. I think that if you're in love with somebody, it changes your perspective.
Oh,
because
Juliana?
Zoe.
Things that you said that do.
Or talked about it. Maybe they didn't work it out because we don't know.
Okay, I can...
Cut that out.
Hi, I watched the show, and I know exactly what numbers they said. He was thinking in terms of timeline about 5 to 6 years is what he was thinking before getting a kid. Latia's timeline is a maximum of 2 years because she needs to get on it. Biological clock. She really does have to, so that is her intention. And she also said it's the most she will wait.
Yeah, let's push it up.
A little bit of extra intrigue has been introduced into this where Grant has to think about his priorities and the future. There at dinner, there was a feeling shared.
Oh, there was a feeling shared, all right.
Grant fired off the big one.
Because I do love you.
Ah!
Even she's just like,
Ah!
what the fuck?
Ah! The big one, not a falling, not one of the measured ones.
The 3-letter, or the 3...
The 3-worder. I love you.
Yeah, it's always-
Latia says it back.
I thought he already said that.
Ah! That's the big one!
He said it to Juliana, didn't he?
No!
Oh, shit.
Extra intrigue for the end of our season. Nobody else told him they loved him.
Not straight I love you?
No one else told him they loved him.
Oh, and he didn't say that to anybody else either.
Nope. If you can't assume it, obviously he did give her the fantasy suite, and then they went into a big conversation where she's like, no.
Yeah.
It's extra hangout time.
Yeah, exactly.
Go jump in the pool.
Like, I will sleep on the couch. I respect your wishes. With that conversation, that's where it came out, where he's like, you know what? You're extremely close to me. A fantasy suite is not about sleeping with you. It's about having the extra time to actually talk. We're consenting adults. I'm not gonna try to sleep with you. Yeah. So that's where the feelings came out, where he's like, I really just feel this close to you, and I want to have that time with you, even if it doesn't have. So, he hit the futon.
What? So they went to it? She said no.
She said, I don't want to have sex.
Okay.
The extra intrigue that I'm feeling is obviously they're not going to sleep with each other on that date. The thing is with that conversation that she had with her mom was so much about, like, I'm very not cool with him sleeping with any other people. Well, I'm not so sure that was discussed or not.
I'm just saying nobody should go into the fantasy suite expecting sex to happen.
Exactly, I agree. But it is very important to Latia that he doesn't sleep with anybody either. So that's what that conversation is. She seemed to go into a vagueness where everything was just about their relationship. And that's where my concern lies, is if he did actually sleep with anybody else, it was not discussed.
She said she didn't want him to talk about it.
That's bad. That's like an open invitation to be like, all right, your other relationships do matter, but she doesn't want him sleeping with anybody else. That is not going to go well if it's revealed after this season that he slept with anybody else.
It's absolutely not.
And I don't like that she phrased it that way.
She also went last, so it's not like she gave him that ultimatum right off the bat. He wouldn't have known.
But my concern is that they're sweeping it under the rug for something that would genuinely derail this relationship after this show is over. And I wouldn't blame Latia for it one bit.
No, but love conquers all, so we'll see. It's assumed that they just don't sleep together. But the next morning, Grant expresses a little bit of regret for dropping that L-bomb. He said he didn't regret his feelings, he just regretted doing it. He said he regretted it because he's like, well, I also have similar feelings for other people, and he didn't tell those other people that, so he felt a little bit of guilt. He was feeling it at the moment, he straight up said it, so...
These last few weeks, anything can happen.
Yeah.
They start throwing those words out and then regretting it, and then, it becomes a really fun soup to watch unravel. We got a preview this week that we usually don't, because they did jump into it.
Oh, is that not usual?
The family does not get seen until officially the finals, is usually what happens, but they put in a really quick clip of him meeting his family, because the family always goes.
Maybe that's why, because he's having a very heart-to-heart conversation with his parents where he's like, there's two women that I'm really, really torn between, and I need help figuring it out. And they're just like, do what you feel like.
If not very close to in love with somebody else. I never thought it would be possible to be in love with multiple women. Do I pick Latia now, or do I continue to pursue the other woman that I have this true feelings for?
That's the point of having them there, is to help him figure it out, and they're just like, yeah, that sucks, good luck.
I don't know yet. I honestly can't say. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what you guys are for.
Yeah, it helps. Well, I think they were surprised. They're like, there really isn't one standing out to you more than the other right now. And he's like, nope. Rose ceremony. Obviously, we're only sending one home. That's how
Can
far
you guess
along we
who
are.
it is?
I think Juliana's going home.
I'm gonna go home. Oh wait, I live here. God damn it. Can't escape this hell.
It was legitimately stressful.
Because we have seen so many times The Bachelor make the stupidest freaking decision where he keeps someone like Zoe and sends home someone like Juliana.
He's absolutely going to pick Zoe. That's the scary thing.
Yeah. But
Which is what we were sitting on. To be fair, rose-wise, let's cut to that. We've given out one rose, and it was to the person that he told he loved. Fair. I'm having a mild panic attack. When Latia gets that first rose, you're gonna need to squeeze me real tight. So we're sitting there freaking out because we're like, this is it for Juliana. This is the end. We've seen it so many times.
3 incredible women.
2 incredible women. The second season we watched, we didn't even watch the fucking finals because we were so angry that he sent home the best person left.
The only good person that would have mattered, and it was obvious that the last person he would have kept was the shit one.
It was incredibly so. We've complained about Carolina and Zoe all season. The person who won that season was one of the worst villains we've ever seen. And she gets to the finals, and we watch the preview, and the preview is them fighting in the finals. And we're like, how the hell is he gonna pick her? We look it up, he picks her. We're like, what?
The Bachelor, everybody.
Juliana knows.
So we're expecting Juliana to go home and Zoe to stay.
See, Zoe's all happy.
Person.
Juliana's trying to keep it together.
One person you said you were falling in love with. One you did not.
Yeah, well.
Thank God that doesn't happen.
That doesn't fucking happen. Yeah.
Freddie? Oh.
Yes!
Thank God.
Woo!
Go home, bitch!
We finally have made it to the point in which a relationship with Zoe is not here anymore.
Well, it didn't exist to begin with.
I guess my contract ends now.
Yeah, you have to endear us to you.
You have to talk to people for that, I think.
I don't feel bad. You're a robot. Goodbye. It was never there, and now it's not even considered. It's not even pretending to happen. Yeah!
Bye!
She gone.
Welcome home.
Zoe, I am very sorry.
We are fucking not! Guess what happened in our exit interview? We're just celebrating. We didn't even care. We were just happy. You saw it when the rose came out what I did. It was one of the happiest moments.
Zoe's going home. Yeah, Zoe's going home tonight.
We got the best finals we could fucking ask for. This is one of the best finals. God, has a final not been this close.
I think we're clutching each other that week. We're going to be happy with either result.
Exactly.
It's going to hurt one or the other, but we're going to still be happy with a final result. Maybe.
Yeah, walk her out.
Grant's-
Shove her in the fucking pool.
Grant's season is saved, except for next week when we have to watch Juliana
this
get
is
sent
gonna
home.
Suck. This is gonna suck.
We are clutching that double-edged sword.
There's always a third option. If he can't make a decision.
They're just both so great that I don't want to spend my life
But you know,
with
I think
either.
Jen's still single, so.
There is not a loser unless we have one of those endings like the last one.
This morning, I'm conflicted.
What?
Last night's rose ceremony was very difficult.
Why?
Sending Zoe home was a hard decision.
Huh?
Who you want? Who you got? Who you think's got it? Who wins the Bachelor?
Breasts.
In the You gotta believe in something in this world.
I said what I said.
Breasts.
Based on the show, Latia. I think Latia's got it. It's really hard. I want Juliana to win, but I really think he's gonna pick Latia. Like, he's just a smidge bit more connected with her.
Yeah.
Especially after that L thing.
I would agree with you that definitely in terms of connection, they just feel like that, like, pinch better. Mm-hmm. It's just we have to juggle their morals and see really how he feels, because if it's Latia, he has to accept that his life needs to move a lot faster than the timeline he's on.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, ooh.
And with Jules, definitely not. He's good.
She's got time.
I really don't have any more weeks to pick in the rest of the season, so you can see that getting Juliana in the finals, that's an accomplishment, right? Juliana will win Grant's season of The Bachelor.
Next week on The Bachelor.
Action music. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? The winner's gonna
Save the
be
last one.
Carolina.